We have another disc by Gateway. When we received the disc, it was labeled as a proto, but we now know it to be the Blade. We have it in diamond plastic, weighing in at 173 grams and flight numbers of 9503. A member of our disc golf club gave us this disc to review. At the time of production, Gateway did not have any additional information on their website or flight chart. I was able to get this profile shot of the Blade. Alright, at the time that we got this disc, we just referred to it as Proto, but we now know it has the name of the Blade. Not to be confused with the Blaze, that's a mid-range, not a fairway. So, we'll take a look at the Blade. It has a nice little flat top. Nice little profile here. And that's what you would expect from a fairway driver. It's very comfortable in your hand. Again, the diamond plastic feels durable, like it's not going to beat in too quickly. When it was given to me, it was also suggested that it would be good for thumbers and tomahawks, but I don't think I'll do those shots justice. So I'll leave that to the pros. But I can see forehand in the future. Now we need to go out and see how it flies. My name, my start date, my orientation, my PDGA number, my rating, my average drive, and rounds played. As always, we want to see just how the disc wants to fly. We didn't have flight numbers when we started this. So when you throw the Blade, you kind of expect it to be the little brother to the Spirit, like having more glide and less finish and just being slower. Well, you would end up with 1 out of 3, the slower part. It's not falling out of the sky by any means, but it's not setting any distance records for glide either. The Blade is doing a flex, but not as graceful as the Spirit, in my opinion. I'm guessing that the torque resistance is what makes the Blade have such a strong finish or overstated fade, but I'm also guessing that is why it makes for a great overhand disc. My forehand is coming along, but the Blade's fight to fade makes for limited distances. I will give the Blade kudos for making a bag of so many of my club mates. We do have a thumber crew. We have a member that carries multiple thumber discs. I saw him go to the Blade more than any other disc for his thumbers. The Blade also has some awesome ground play. Just have to make sure you take that in consideration when you're throwing. And as overstable fairways go, I would expect there to be slightly different flight paths depending on the plastic and the weight. And so in the end, it is beef on a backhand, it's beef on a forehand, and fills a slot for overhand players. If you're looking to get one, just know what to expect. The Blade is getting a rating of in the trunk. The flat top makes the Blade comfortable for forehands and backhand grip. The glide is not as high as stated, but that's expected with it being so shallow and flat. It is more overstable than stated by the flight numbers as well. Again, not a skilled overhand player yet, but hear and see the great results from club members. I would have known a little bit more what to expect if the flight numbers were 9404. As my overhand game improves, I foresee the feel and the flight of the Blade making the rotation and being a great scramble disc at tournaments. But until then, it's in the trunk.
All right, so the Blade in the hand feels very good. Feels like a natural fitting fairway driver. The width of the rim itself feels great in the hands, easy to get a good grip around, get your fingers on the inside of it. It is a flat top disc, so it's a little shallow, but you still feel comfortable with it in the hand. You're able to establish a good grip on it for a power grip. As for the plastic itself, diamond plastic, always fantastic, feels durable, good amount of grip to it, not a overall slickness, just feels comfortable in the hand. Name, started playing, orientation, PDGA number, rating, average drive, number of rounds played. All right, so here we have the Blade by Gateway Disc and Diamond Plastic in action. So when we first received this disc, it was still in the prototype phase. So we didn't have the luxury of looking at flight numbers to kind of guide us, so which makes it a lot more fun. You get to go out and just throw it and see what this disc is going to do. And on these initial throws here, you see it's just moving to the left, dependably fading on each time. But the amount of glide on this disc makes it really useful and very workable. Even though it is finishing really hard to the left, you still get a good amount of flight and glide out of it, which is a lot of fun. And you know that you can get on it, you can really lean into this disc and torque on it. It's gonna take all of your power and still continue to give you a true flight. Because of the shape of it, the torque resistancy, the flatness of it, it makes a really good forehand disc as well. And I was really surprised at how smoothly the disc would come out of my hand on all these throws. It's just a natural feeling fit in the hand for me. And on all these throws, they were just coming out clean releases. And you can see each time just a straight flight path with a good dependable finish. Good ground play also, you get a lot of ground action. So if you're looking for a disc where you need to get under a low ceiling and get good ground play to finish, this will definitely do the job. So overall, just a workhorse of a disc, whether you're throwing it on backhand or forehand, just the amount of strong finish with it, along with the somewhat limited flight that it has, makes it a key disc in your bag when you really need to reach for something that you know is going to finish up to a certain distance. This will be the disc to pull out and know that you can trust it and depend on it. And again, on forehands, just smooth releases, just an overall winner by Gateway. Alright, so final review for myself. The Blade by Gateway Disc is getting a rating of in the trunk. And I was really on the fence between going in the trunk or in the bag on this one, just because this is such a useful disc and it can be such a workhorse. For me, it's just a touch too overstable to really kind of make the bag for now, but it would go in the trunk, and maybe with some field work it could work its way into my bag, or on windy days it can really work its way into my bag. But I think Gateway has a winner here. This disc will probably be in the bag of a lot of players, as well it should be.